pitcher's worst nightmare is hearing that they need to have Tommy John surgery. And the same can be said about any athlete being told they need ACL or rotator cuff surgeries. For decades now, Atlanta Braves Hall of Fame pitching coach Leo Mazzone has been an advocate for arm protection and avoiding Tommy John surgeries. This advocacy is backed and proven by a stellar career in which he oversaw multiple eventual Hall of Fame pitchers and the best track record in Major League Baseball for the fewest Tommy John surgeries required by his stable of professional pitchers. Thankfully, stem cell treatments are beginning to make a difference in helping to heal injuries that in the past would require Tommy John surgery. Some MLB players have even used stem cell therapy in hopes they could avoid surgery. Before we get into how stem cells can help prevent the operation, it may be helpful to understand the history behind Tommy John's surgery and what causes it. The surgery has an extremely long recovery period, generally 13 months of downtime, and even with that, pitchers may not always return to their original performance levels, as typically roughly 50% never fully recover. But with regenerative therapy and stem cells, the future may be where post-non-invasive therapy recovery time could be less than 6 months, and potentially be an off-the-shelf tool to enhance and pre-support ligaments and tendons in players at higher risk, especially pitchers. So what is the ulnar collateral ligament? The ulnar collateral ligament is a triangular band that runs on the inside of the elbow. The ligament stabilizes the elbow through various motions, such as throwing. Typical injuries range from minor inflammation to a full-blown tear, which requires surgery. During the throwing motion, the ulnar collateral ligament goes through an extreme amount of tension. When pitchers throw as hard as they can, the maximum tensile stress of the ligament is reached. Doing this every day for years can cause serious problems. Early childhood sports specialization is another significant cause of this injury. Children who play a variety of sports will develop muscles and will not overuse tendons and ligaments. There is a strong correlation between the number of pitches over time and an ulnar collateral ligament tear. There is only so much that the ligament can take before it tears. Tommy John surgery was first performed back in 1974 on none other than Tommy John. The first time it was completed, it was extremely experimental, and there was no guarantee that he would ever be able to pitch again. Tommy John went on to have a very successful career after he underwent surgery. He played until he was 46 years old and won 164 more games. The surgery is straightforward. A surgeon will go into a patient's elbow and create space for the new tendon. The tendon is usually taken from the forearm, but can be taken from several places in the patient's body. The cord is anchored onto the bones, and then patients go through a rigorous rehab process. The number of surgeries in teenagers is on the rise as sports become more and more competitive year-round and because early specialization into a single sport. As nearly 2/3 of Tommy John surgeries are performed on teenagers, this epidemic does not appear to be slowing down anytime soon. This is why, with medical research indicating that regenerative stem cell therapy options are proving to be highly successful, Coach Leo Mazzone believes the time is now to begin educating coaches and wellness professionals of this powerful alternative to surgeries. Imagine the day that is coming where arms, shoulders, and knees can be healed, and injuries possibly requiring surgery can even be potentially prevented from occurring. Well, imagine no more. Join Coach Mazzone and our team in helping to share the good news of regenerative stem cell therapy while changing the game forever.